Hi there, this is the chair of the Libertarian Party of Oregon. My name is Timothy Perkins, and I'm just going to demonstrate for you today what the software for our upcoming 2023 leadership election is going to look like. So this URL at the top, ignore that. This is just a test, but the access key and password that you receive in your ballot notice, you're going to want to pay special attention to that. So the access key is the same as your Oregon voter ID. I have a false voter identification number for this test election. And then you're going to want to make sure that you enter your password exactly as it appears on your ballot notice. And here we see I didn't enter the password correctly. So I'm going to have to go back through, double check. And now I'm through. All right, then you're going to see some informational stuff here. We have more information about the election. You can check the statements that the candidates submitted in favor of their candidacy on our website. Really encourage you to read that before voting. You can check the election rules. That's about a 12-page document that we produced that govern how this election was implemented. And then, of course, we always appreciate donations. This election is going to cost hundreds of dollars to run, so helping us to defray that is appreciated. Finally, there's going to be a notice here that we have a convention on May 28th, 2023 in Tigard. We would sure love to see you there. All right, next, we're using a system of single transferable vote for tabulating the leadership elections. The system of single transferable vote called out in the Libertarian Party of Oregon bylaws is not the same as this election software uses. So we're going to have to take the raw data from this software and we're going to put it on through our own software at vote.lporegon.org, where you're going to be able to go and see the actual final results. Now, the results that Election Buddy displays may be the same. We don't know yet, but because they are pretty similar voting methods, but the final result will not be determined using the Election Buddy. So Election Buddy is collecting these votes. It's not necessarily processing them for the final results. So with single transferable vote, you need to rank the candidates in the order of preference. So 1 is your first preference, 2 is your second preference. So again, whoever you most strongly support, you want to have the lower number. And then if you support them less, you'll give them a higher number. And you can't rank 2 candidates the same. The software will kick you back out and ask you to resubmit. And then also just making sure that you understand how single transferable vote works, the order that you rank the candidates will affect the outcome of the election. So if a candidate receives a lot of first place votes, then they're much more likely to get elected. The election result, again, is not going to be the final result. And so make sure that you're checking back at vote.lporegon.org. You're going to have a confirmation code after you submit your ballot. And that's going to be something that you can use to check and make sure that we entered your vote correctly when tabulating this election. Your choices, however, are secret and can't be accessed by the administrator. So we will not be able to see who voted what. We're going to only be able to see the confirmation codes and what the votes are, but we will not be able to link those back to your unique identification and password. All right, moving along to the ballot itself. We have some fictional names here that we created just for this test election and demonstration. So we will go ahead and rank some of these candidates. I'm going to intentionally rank both of those 4th, just so that we can see what the software does with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and write myself in. And then I do also have the option to do more write-ins, but just make sure that you realize that the more write-ins that you're doing, that you're going to have to move the ranking from the selected candidates. You do have a space after each one for comments, feedbacks, or suggestions. The Public Policy Board is going to be the next. race. So we'll look at this. And again, I'm just going to go through. These are fictional names, rank them in the order that they appear. And I'll just stop there. I don't need to use all my numbers. I'm just going to say that Nancy, Barbara, Sarah, Donald, Christopher, Michael, Donald, and Jennifer, they aren't people who I support. So I don't want them to get elected to the Public Policy Board. And so I am leaving them blank. But I will write in Winnie the Pooh. He recently entered the public domain. Seems like he should be on the Public Policy Board. And so we'll go ahead and we'll rank him next. All right, and then again, I have the option to enter comment, feedback, or suggestions. So I'm going to say, get non-fictional candidates. And then we continue. So it kicks back an error. That's because I ranked two of the candidates the same. So it says enter a unique value for each choice. So since Joseph and Karen were both ranked 4th, I need to change that. So I'm going to make, actually I'll make it Joseph 5th, and then I'm going to need to reorder the other candidates. And you know what? While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and make myself first. After all, if I'm voting for myself, I might as well vote for myself wholeheartedly. All right, and then no other errors came up, so we'll try to continue again. All right, so this is the review page. Can make sure that everything is how I intended it. So now I am first in my ranking for board of directors. And then there's Winnie the Pooh. I ranked him last. And there's my note, get non-fictional candidates. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. All right, and then this confirmation code here is something that you're going to want to hold on to. You can just save it anywhere where you won't keep your notes. And then that is what you can use when you go to vote.lporegon.org later on. You can check, make sure that we entered your vote correctly. And then finally, there's a reminder on here of the election result displayed after the election is finished is not the final result. So you're going to have to go to vote.lporegon.org to check that. And then another reminder that we have an upcoming convention and that we hope to see you there. Thanks very much for watching this, and thank you for participating in the Libertarian Party of Oregon 2023 leadership election.